Check it. Alright guys, what is up? You are back for another video with Data Zero. In this video, we're looking at AMC stock, GME stock, our favorite meme stocks. We're also looking at SPY stock as well, giving you guys the update and prediction and where I think the stocks are going to be going. We're going to be looking at AMC on the short and long term, GME on the short and long term, and SPY on the short and long term, and backing everything up with analysis and data. This video is not financial advice. Let's go ahead and hop into the charts, facts, data. Let's go. What is up? You are back for another video with Data Zero. In this video, we'll be looking at SPY, AMC, GME, our favorite meme stocks. This video is not financial advice. It should not be taken as such. Please do your own research, technical analysis, and due diligence before buying any stock or crypto asset. Let's go ahead and hop into the charts and show you guys what we have going on. So the first thing I want to point out is the DXY. So DXY is the US dollar. If you're not aware what the DXY is, this is the US dollar. It's the index that tracks the US dollar. Now, I want you guys to be very aware of this index because it is a good indicator to use to tell if we're going to see a bull run, a bear run, or vice versa. So let me explain. The DXY runs inverse of SPY, NASDAQ, and Bitcoin. When DXY goes up, that is bad for risk assets like Bitcoin, NASDAQ, SPY, etc. We can see that the DXY was in a major downtrend. So it had this big downtrend, went into this bear flag consolidation, and then broke to the downside, finding a bottom at 99. Now it got a nice bounce here and got a big buy signal here on the daily time frame, and it's now finding support and working its way up. I do think the DXY is about to hit 105, 107, and this is going to have a big effect on stocks and cryptocurrency. So we might see downside for stocks and cryptocurrency. We also have this potential head and shoulders forming here on a SPY. So here is my price path and prediction for you guys. As you guys can see, you have a possible shoulder right here. Now this is not all the way to fruition yet, but I'll explain why I do think this is going to be forming. Then you can see a head possibly forming here and then a shoulder here. Now let me explain why I do think SPY is losing weakness and about to see downside. So we can see that we had this big bearish engulfing right here. This is a sign of weakness. We also have the MACD crossing to the bear side. RSI is overbought, and we can see that volume is on a overall downtrend while this trend is on an overall uptrend. This is showing that the volume or the uptrend does not have strength, and the fact that volume is dying out so rapidly near the top is showing you that we're losing a lot of momentum. Now, I do think we're going to see a push up here for SPY as it is consolidating here on the smaller time frames. This is a bull flag, or some people will call it a bull flag. Some people will call it a descending channel when you have a pole to the upside and then you have a descending channel like this. Again, some people will call it a bull flag. I call it a descending channel when you have two parallel channels that are descending like this. And this is actually a bullish outcome for a push upside. So I do think we will get a push back up to about 460 here in the next couple of days for SPY as it moves to the downside. I do think we could see downside here throughout tomorrow, maybe even the rest of the week, but it does look like here later on in the week of next week, or later on the week, maybe Thursday or Friday of this week, we could see a push to the upside, pushing back up and creating a head on this head and shoulders, then finding overall weakness and resistance because there is a massive amount of resistance in this area, then see a overall downside and capitulation. The reason why I don't think we could go on a new bull run and push the upside is because of market psychology. I've shown you guys the market psychology chart all the time, but also we can see that we're losing momentum, and this is a heavy spot of resistance. If we go ahead and pop on the indicators, you guys can see that the Bollinger Bands are showing heavy resistance in that area. If you go ahead and look at where the daily time frame is, Bollinger Bands at 462 on the daily time frame, and on the weekly time frame they are at 462 as well. And then we have major support or resistance here as well because this is the top of the last rally. So again, we would need a lot of momentum to blast through that top, and it just doesn't look like we have that momentum with RSI starting to top out, and we can see volume starting to drop down. I do think this is going to be the top of this rally. I've called that out months ago, 460 as the top, letting everyone know where the top of this rally would be. And I do think we're actually going to start seeing downside here soon as it loses momentum, fizzles out, and then makes a overall head and shoulders, coming back down to the downside to fill these gaps, these multiple gap fills down here. And if SPY breaks past 400, you're going to see this thing get ugly very quickly. I do think we could actually see a market crash on the horizon based off of the macroeconomics that I am looking at. But this is pretty much everything I have for you on SPY. Again, fear and greed, market fear and greed is overextended too. You always want to do the opposite of the herd. You always want to be fearful when others are greedy. If we go ahead and look at market fear and greed, we can see that the fear and greed is in extreme greed. I will pull that out for you guys real quick, but we can see again extreme greed in the market. You always want to do the opposite of the herd, being fearful when others are greedy and being greedy when others are fearful. That is almost the #1 tip I can give you guys for trading and stock analysis. Now let's go ahead and look into the meme stocks, showing you guys what's going on for AMC and GME, showing you guys what is next and what I expect to happen. So GME went back down and tested this macro sloping resistance and used it as support. I did say we could see another test of this macro sloping resistance coming back down to about $22, $20 even, and we had a slight dip below, but look where we found support right back on this wedge on the bigger time frames. Again, this wedge is a huge wedge which has been forming multiple weeks. So again, it's going to need multiple confirmations to confirm the wedge and get that pushed upside. Now, as long as we keep confirming this as support and not breaking back under it, that is all you need to know for GME. GME tends to follow SPY a little bit more. And again, I said that meme stocks will follow SPY until they don't. Okay, I do believe that the crash in the dry up of liquidity is actually going to be good for the meme stocks. I actually believe that the banking crisis is going to be good for the meme stocks. We have to keep an eye on the macroeconomic picture as a meme stock holder. And why? Because I actually believe that these assets are so toxic and so deeply ingrained into the economy that they are the toxic asset to this crash. That the same way that mortgage-backed securities were the toxic asset in 2008, I actually believe that AMC and GME shorts are the toxic asset for this crash that we are about to see. And I do believe we are about to see a major economic crash, recession / depression. We've already had negative GDP growth. And if we see negative GDP growth with this inflation, it is going to be a devastating market environment. High inflation with no growth is called stagflation. And that is the last thing we want to see. And that is what we are quickly seeing. Also, rates are a lagging effect. So when the Fed raises rates, that's a lagging effect. We have not even seen the effects that could be happening from the rates being raised. And again, as the effects start to ripple through the economy, we're going to see banks starting to fail. We're going to see companies start to go under, like the yellow truck company that just went under. We're going to see multiple things like this starting to happen. And we are seeing multiple signs that led up to 2008 right now. Again, I think we're on the precipice of a major recession / depression that the U.S. economy is about to see. But let's go ahead and hop back into the charts for GME. What do I think is next and where do I think we are going? I do think GME is going to get a recovery from this. You guys can see that we did go outside the bands slightly, pop back inside the bands, and I do think we're going to get a nice recovery from this drop to the downside. GME was very manipulated today with very low volume. You can also see that we're outside of the bands on the weekly time frame or the daily time frame as well. I do think we're going to get a recovery back up to about 2150. Currently at where are we at right now? So we're currently at 20. Let's see where we are. Currently at 2150. So yes, I do think we are going to actually continue up from this point, moving back to the upside and getting a overall correction. You can see that the Bollinger Bands are starting to get very tight. Again, volatility is building up as we start to break out of this macro wedge. I do think this macro wedge is going to continue holding support, and GME is setting up for a bigger move to the upside to fill this gap fill here at $40. You guys can see this gap fill right here at $40. It is setting up for that move, but it needs to build a very bullish base to make sure that it can make this push above $30. As you guys can see, every time we come back up to test $30, we get rejected hard. Every time we come back up to test that $28, $30 level, get rejected hard. We're building a bullish base, so the next time we come back up here, we do not get rejected. We actually break through it, use it as support, and then you're going to see a big push to the upside because you're using that level as support instead of getting rejected from it, and you're going to see a big push to the upside coming to fill this gap and fulfilling this macro double bottom. As you guys can see, bottom number 1, bottom number 2, wrapping around, coming back to the upside and making a double bottom formation. So this is what I'm looking at for GME stock. I do think we're going to see a overall recovery for GME, and GME is looking good on the macro time frame, in my opinion. Again, we are going to see some pullback when the SPY starts to move down, but once liquidity dries up, once margin calls come in, that could be a catalyst for the squeeze as well as banking failures, things of that nature. We also have major catalysts for AMC. I do think earnings are going to be positive, as well as Judge Zern could possibly be a catalyst as well. We've already seen what one time Judge Zern making an announcement could do. What do you guys think possibly will happen if she denies the settlement entirely? Again, we could see a massive price pump to the upside. Let's go ahead and look at what AMC is telling me on the technicals and show you guys where I think AMC will go. I also want to point out for news that the Goldman Sachs analyst, age 27, was found dead. Absolutely crazy that we have this happening. And I also want to point out that I do have a XRP prediction. So here is an XRP prediction for you guys. If you're holding XRP, this would have to precipate. So let's go ahead and show you guys exactly what would have to happen. But this is green is my bullish prediction for XRP. Orange is my mid-range prediction for XRP. I do think this could happen if Bitcoin goes into a new bull run. I think this could happen if Bitcoin goes into a new bull run, passing or being around 50,000. I think XRP could come up to about $1.70 and get rejected, or possibly have another bullish reaction after breaking out of this massive pennant, pushing back up all the way to about $2, finding support right here and actually making a run to about $3, testing all-time high. Again, Bitcoin would have to be at $50,000 or above. I wanted to put this XRP prediction out there because a lot of people are saying false numbers. They're saying insane evaluations, and these evaluations just aren't true. You have to look at the charts. We can also see that RSI on the weekly time frame is extremely overbought. If we look at RSI on the weekly time frame, it's extremely overbought for XRP. Again, it might need to have a pullback or some consolidation before it does see this push up. If we see Bitcoin go into a bull run, we could see these movements that I am predicting. And again, the price targets for these breakouts are $1.50 to $1.80 at the low end. For the mid range, $2.50 to $3, and then the absolute high end, $5 to $6 for my absolute most bullish prediction on XRP. Now let me show you guys what let me go show you guys what is popping off with AMC and where I expect things to go. So today was a great day for AMC. Today was a beautiful day. So we had this bearish cross here on the 1 hour time frame, showing that we were losing momentum, but we got a great push to the upside, and we are now forming this bull flag / falling wedge. It's kind of like a bull flag because it's almost parallel, but it's almost a falling wedge because you guys can see that it does have this downward angle. We are gonna hit resistance up here and about at $5. So we are gonna see resistance here about $5, $4.95. We are gonna see a pullback here in the pre-market, but as long as we fulfill out this wedge, you will see a pop to the upside. We can see that Bollinger Bands are starting to constrict as well. And anytime you see the Bollinger Bands constricting when you have a wedge like this, that is very, very bullish, telling you that a pop to the upside is most likely going to happen, especially when it's going to correlate with the 1 hour cross. You guys can see that we're going to get a bullish cross to the green side, and working on that here on the hourly time frame. On the 30-minute time frame, we have already gotten that cross. You can see that we have our first candle on the 30-minute time frame. Again, working on a 1 hour cross to show you that bullish momentum is returning. We're getting volatility building up with the Bollinger Bands, and we are working on a technical breakout with this falling wedge. Now we also have a horizontal uptrending support. As you guys can see, if we use this trend as support, this uptrend will continue. But what I'm thinking is going to happen is this uptrend is actually going to be broken. This blue line is actually going to be broken. We're going to consolidate into tomorrow, and then tomorrow get a nice push to upside, pushing past this $5 region. This is the breakout target for this falling wedge, pushing past this $5 region, pushing to about $5.20, where we have our next major support and resistance zone. So I do think we're going to see green here tomorrow for AMC, and I do think this uptrend that we have, this $4 uptrend off this double bottom off this $4.50 region, the uptrend that we are in now is going to continue. We're also forming a bigger pattern here on the 4 hour time frame. Let's go ahead and show you guys the 4 hour time frame. We are forming a cup and handle. So let's go ahead and zoom into the 2 hours, a little bit more clear on the 2 hour. So right here is going to be your cup, and right here is going to be your handle. Breakout target is going to be $5. Again, this would push us to about $5.50, $5.25 for the breakout target. I do think this uptrend is going to continue. I do think $4.50 was the bottom, and I think that this was a major sign of strength that we are going to come back up and retest the $8 level. Once we break the $8 level for AMC, this thing's going to go absolutely flying. Let's go ahead and look at how many shares they do have available borrow right now for AMC and how many they use today. So I do think they're saving these shares, and I said this in the Discord, I do think they are saving these shares for tomorrow, because tomorrow is setting up for a very, very, very bullish move. We also have earnings coming up, so they could be trying to build up shares over the next couple of days, getting ready for a big day that has a lot of momentum to try to keep us down. And again, what AMC is doing off of the technicals, it looks like it's setting up for a rally. We also have a crazy gamma ramp building past that $5 level. So again, when we push past $5 and break out of this wedge, things could get crazy really, really quickly. We have a $5.20 price target and then a $5.50 price target from the cup and handle, $5.20 price target from this wedge here. So when we break out of this either wedge or cup and handle, which is when we break out of the wedge is going to form the cup and handle, you're going to see an explosion to the upside, a gamma ramp to the upside that could push us all the way to that $8. And I think that's what they're doing. They're stacking up shares, getting ready for that move that is clearly coming. You can see that the Bollinger Bands are restricting here on the 4-hour time frame. We'll also have bullish MACD cross. And if we go ahead and look at the super trend, we have buy signals all over the place. Let's go ahead and put on the super trend, show you guys the 4-hour buy signal. We have a daily buy signal as well. And when in doubt, zoom out. We can see that we have a perfect breakout of this falling wedge right here, pushing us up to $6.20, coming back down to $4.40, finding a bottom. But the thing about the falling wedge is this uptrend that we're in. The uptrend is clearly going to lead us to that $8 price target, which is the breakout target for this particular falling wedge, clearly coming back up to test $8 and form a macro double bottom. So right here is bottom number 1, right here is bottom number 2 off of $3.70, $3.80, bottom number 1, bounce, bottom number 2, bounce, come back down, retest, and then get that wrap around. It's actually going to be a triple bottom, so bottom number 1, bottom number 2, bottom number 3, get the final bounce coming back up to $8. And you guys already know what happens after $8. It starts a gamma ramp, a FOMO ramp, a spinning cycle that feeds itself, a feedback loop, causing the short squeeze with shorts covering, FOMO kicking in, gamma kicking in, people buying. It sends us to all-time highs. After all-time highs, legacy shorts have to cover. They are completely underwater and they are going under. We see crazy evaluations after that price point. I do think this is what's coming on the horizon for AMC. And when this thing goes, it's going to be crazy. Look at all these FTDs. Look at the cost to borrow. Look at the short interest. Again, when this thing goes, it's going to be absolutely insane. Cannot wait for that day, and I do think it's going to be soon because we are in the squeeze cycle now. So guys, this is everything I have for you. If you found this video informative, go ahead and drop a like, press subscribe for more content like this, and remember, you can check me out on Twitter and Discord for even more Data Zero updates. My Discord is $50 for a lifetime invite. I post minute-by-minute updates, have a great community there that's posting technical analysis, news as well. I post news, go live, post all of my TA, all of my data, all of my research to the Discord. So if you want to join that community, go ahead and hit me up on Instagram or Twitter, link down below. All you have to do is send me $50 via PayPal or Cash App. I'll send you the link and get you into the club. It's as easy as that. And as always, if you want to support me for free, all you have to do is simply drop a like, leave a comment, press subscribe. Stay safe, make money. Peace out. Alright guys, that was the video. If you found it informative, all you have to do is go ahead and drop a like, press subscribe, and I appreciate each and every one of you that made it to the end of the video because so few people watch the end. And as always, I'm hoping you're having a great day. Have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out.